Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome back to the International Business class. So, in previous class, I was explaining you about the difference between the domestic company and a foreign company, right? So, let's move on to the next topic, that is role of MNC in India. Now, most of the MNCs have established their branches, subsidiaries in our country, right? Now, what does the role they play in the developing countries, especially like India, and what is their contribution for our country? So, let us see in detail this topic today. And this question is asked for 14 marks in 2018. Okay, all of you listen carefully. Now, if they ask role of MNCs in developing countries or development of Indian business or international business, role of MNCs in international business, for all these three questions, the answer will be same. So, role of MNCs in developing country is nothing but India is also a developing country, right? So, it can apply to any of the developing countries or Indian business also. Okay. Now, let's see what are the points which come under the role of MNCs in developing countries. So there are totally 10 points which come under the role of MNCs in India. Coming to the first point, that is profit maximization. See, the MNCs increase the profits of host country and home country business, and as well as they reduce the cost of production through the efficient use of resources. As we studied in the previous classes, MNCs try to find out the cheaper resources and they allocate the resources from different parts of the globe so that their cost of production will come down. Of course, when the cost of production is reduced, you all know that it is easy for the MNCs to increase the profit. And if the MNCs are increasing profit, a part of the amount is contributed to the nation's development in the form of taxes, tariffs and all, right? So, it will again increase the profits of the country also. Then employment opportunities. Many times we have discussed this point. The MNCs provide a wide range of employment opportunities to the people in developing countries by opening their branches and subsidiaries. So, here in the country, especially like India, there is a plenty of human resource where we have so many literate, educated people, especially the youth who are waiting for the jobs. So it is a wonderful opportunity by the MNCs for developing countries where they provide a plenty of employment opportunities to our people. The next topic is increased network. See, the MNCs have a wide range of increased network for marketing their products both in the domestic market and international market. Since they have a wide range of network, they have a good contact with the wholesalers, dealers, promotional people, marketers, advertisers. So this will make them to increase their sales and profits. The next point is diversification policy. See, the MNCs diversify their business into different product lines through diversification where they can sustain in business for a longer duration. See, when you are producing only one product, if it is not properly sold or if it becomes out of fashion, it might be difficult for you to be successful in the business. When you are into different product lines, if you are diversified your products into different products, when you get loss in one product also, the other will fetch you the profit. So the MNCs follow the diversification policy. The next one is more competition. See, MNCs enter into the host country and makes it market more competitive and break the domestic monopolies. So, it is very competitive to be competing with the MNCs because they will sell their products in many different parts of the country as well as in the neighboring countries. So, it is a very challenging task to have the competition with MNC companies. Then concentrate in consumer goods. See, the MNCs always concentrate more on consumer goods because this helps them to reduce the imports and dependence on other countries, because the company gets more profits only when their sales is more. How can their sales will be more? Only if they focus on the consumer goods. What is the need, taste and preference of the customer? They should focus on that. So if they are focusing on the consumer goods, definitely they will be successful in the long run. Then cultural exposure. See, the MNCs help in exchanging of cultural values between the countries, and they improve the positive attitude and efforts for the people. We learn from the other countries' culture and they learn from our culture. So like this, there is a exchange of cross-cultural happening between the countries due to the establishment of MNCs in our country. Coming to the next point, balance of payment. See, the MNCs help to have a balance between the imports and exports and maintain a balance of payment between the inflow and outflow of capital of our country. When there is imports and exports balanced and the inflow and outflow of capital balanced, because see, when we are importing, our currency flows to the other country, and when we are exporting, the foreign currencies flows into our country. And in the same way, when MNCs are established here, we have so much of foreign direct investments happening here. So in this way, we have to try to have a balance of payment between the inflow and outflow of capital of our country. Otherwise, if the outflow of capital is more and inflow of capital is less, what happens? There will be a deficiency in the capital of our country. So that should not happen. The MNCs should try to have a balance of payment, that is BOP position in our country. Coming to the next one, integrate national and international markets. See, the growth of MNCs have remarkably influenced the economic, industrial, social and business conditions both in national and international level. Integrate means what? Together. So, when the MNCs are established here, they will cope up with our economic condition. They will give employment opportunities. They also focus on the social and business developments of our country. So, when both our country and other countries work together, integrate together, so it is benefit for both MNCs, that is the foreign countries, as well as to our country. Coming to the last point, promote exports. See, the MNCs help in bringing foreign direct investments to our country. So, through this what happens? There is a possibility of large scale production will be happening in the companies in our country. When there is a large scale production happening, first they will supply the products and services to our country customers. The excess goods and services will be exported to the other country. So, when the excess goods and services are exported to other country, this will help to promote the exports of our country. When the exports are increased, what happens? The other countries' currencies and capital start flowing into our country. So, always there should be more exports and less imports. Then there will be more inflow of capital and reduce the outflow of capital. When inflow of capital is more and outflow of capital is less, you all know that there is a surplus position. This is very important, students. You should know, when the capital inflow is more and outflow is less, we are in surplus position. When the outflow of capital is more and inflow of capital is less, we are in the deficiency position. When inflow of capital and outflow of capital both are equal, we are in the balance of payment position. So, the MNCs help to promote export. When more exports happen, there is more inflow of capital. When there is more inflow of capital, we are in the surplus position. So this shows that the MNCs are also helping the developing countries to promote the exports and to increase their inflow of capital. Okay students, I hope all of you have understood the role of MNCs, especially in the developing countries like India, both Indian business and international business. Okay, let's move on to the next topic in tomorrow's class. Meet you all in tomorrow's class.